It's Joe from American Trucks. In this video, we're going to be going over the smoked LED taillights fitting all 09 to 18 Ram 1500s without the factory LED taillight option. Now, this is going to be a great taillight set for you if you're looking for a taillight that is budget-friendly, completely plug and play, and it's also going to feature cool LED blackout styling. So what do we have going on here with the smoked LED taillight? Well, first things first, let's talk about that first thing, the smoke on these. So as far as these taillights go, these are gonna fit perfectly with any blackout style build out there. We have a UV resistant smoked polycarbonate lens, and underneath we have a nice black housing to really tie that blackout look together. Now, these are also available with a clear lens if that's more your style. However, if you're concerned about light output, I wouldn't be. These LEDs are really bright and cut through that smoked lens really, really well. Now, speaking about lighting, suffice to say these are going to be a huge upgrade from the factory stuff. We're going to go into just how much of an upgrade these are in just a second here, but this is going to completely swap over those halogen bulbs to LEDs, completely on board of the taillights too. So these are going to be completely plug and play, no wiring knowledge necessary. As far as our brakes go, you can see this is going to split into two squares here, with these two inner squares making up our running lights and brake lights. They're surrounded by a nicely diffused fiber optic style accent, which I think is really, really nice. Our reverse light is going to be housed in this bottom brake light square right here, which that is a really nice way to integrate that, certainly way better than the factory integrates the reverse light. We also have a reflector at the bottom here, and on the side, we get a little bit of extra style with the marker light LEDs. Pricing is gonna fall right around $350 for the pair, which really is not a bad price to pay, certainly a little bit in the middle ground here. Taillights for this gen Ram, usually about $250 all the way up to $500. So this landing at $350 puts it toward the middle, but definitely more toward the budget-friendly side. Before we move on to the install here, there is one thing I do want to make a quick note of. If you have the factory LED taillights, these are not going to work for you. The wiring harness is a little bit different, and these are specific to the standard halogen bulbs. The install here is going to be really, really simple. Like I said earlier, these are completely plug and play, no wiring knowledge necessary. At most, I think this is going to take you an hour. You can get this done in closer to 30 minutes if you come with the right tools. So without any further ado, let me show you what tools you'll need and how it's done. Tools you'll need for this install will include a T25 Torx bit and something to turn it. We used a ratchet. So like I said earlier, this is going to be really, really simple. First things first, drop the tailgate. That's going to allow you access to these two T25 bolts on the inside. Remove those, pull the taillight back, and it should pop right off. At this point, we can go ahead and release the harnesses. The tabs are on the bottom, just depress those. And they'll pop off like so. One at the top, and there's another one at the bottom here. Then you can pull the housing away. So now we're gonna take this harness that comes in the kit, and this is basically gonna route those two harnesses down to one plug so we can plug in our new taillight. They're gonna drop into the factory positions just like so. Now, before we put our taillight on, there is one thing we're gonna have to do, and that is install this ballast. It clips right onto this last two wires right here. It's got some 3M tape on the back. We're just gonna put that behind the taillight. So at this point, all we're gonna do is take our new housing. These are marked left and right. Left is gonna be for the driver's side, and that one plug is just gonna drop right in like so. Then there's a red lock tab on the bottom. You can push that up, and that will lock the two together. Now we can just reinstall. So now that we have one side completely wrapped up, I figure now would be the perfect time to stop down and compare our new taillight to the old factory stuff over on the passenger side. Now the biggest difference here, as you guys could probably tell by the title, is gonna be the smoked styling. We're swapping over from the factory red lens with the chrome housing underneath to a smoked lens with a black housing underneath, and in my opinion, I think it fits much better with any blackout build, especially on our 14 Ram. Now, obviously, we're also getting some LEDs with this new taillight. We're splitting up that regular old halogen brake light and running light into two LED sort of squares here. You can see the inside is gonna make up your brake lights. Those will get brighter when you step on the brakes, and around it, we have a nice fiber optic styled accent. I think that's a nice touch as well. Now there are some other small differences between these two. Our reflector is moving from sort of this area all the way to the bottom. Also, our reverse light is being integrated in this bottom brake light square, which I think is a nice way to do that. And we also get some marker lights on the side. That's not even a feature on the factory stuff. And I think that really adds to the look, especially in the profile view. So without any further ado, we're gonna drop our tailgate back down, grab our T25 Torx bit, and wrap up the other side. So we're just gonna remove our two T25 bolts. Then we can unclip our two harnesses after we pull the housing off. We can go ahead and plug in our new harness. And also our ballast. Stick that in place. Wrapping things up here. Now we're gonna plug in our new taillight. Then get it seated on the truck and reinstall our two T25s. That is gonna do it for my review and install of the smoked LED taillights, fitting all 09 to 18 Ram 1500s without the factory LED taillight option. Thank you guys for watching. Keep it right here at American Trucks for all things Ram.